Does the land belong to the white man? Does it belong to the black man? Does it belong to the colored man? Does it belong to the Asian man? Who does the land ultimately belong to? Because I want to share with you a land claim that has gone absolutely down the drain. It's the world-class Fish River Sun Hotel in the Eastern Cape that also has an 18-hole golf course that was designed by Gary Player himself, as far as I know, who recently had his birthday. And happy birthday to Mr. Gary Player over there. This entire resort has just gone absolutely down the drain. I'm going to attach some photos as well as we get going into the video here today. But I want to break it down and just again show you that land without wisdom is not a good idea. Land without discernment is not a good idea. Land without a vision for the land is not a good idea. And I want to show you as well that complaining and doing nothing is going to just lead your life to go deeper and deeper and deeper down the drain. But if you and I would actually grasp and capture a vision for our lives, we can begin to see some great change happen within our lives as well as within the broader context of South Africa as a country. And hey, if we just meeting now for the first time, my name is William Moyses and welcome to the William Moyses Show, where it's all about engaging with current events, exposing the lies in the world, especially in South Africa today, and equipping, educating and empowering you as the young people of South Africa to become everything that God has called you to be. So let's dive into the gist of the news article over here from Business Tech. Shout out Business Tech for this article. It's talking about the Fish River Sun, a world-class hotel, an 18-hole golf course designed by Gary Player in the Eastern Cape, has fallen into disrepair and the golf course is overgrown. So I'm personally from Pretoria and I've seen something very similar. Obviously, when I say similar, I'm not even going to be talking about a resort here, but a soccer stadium. Locally in Pretoria, we've got something called the Caledonian Stadium where Arcadia Shepherds used to play. It actually was a beautiful world-class facility as well, used in the 2010 World Cup. I think it was Slovenia who specifically used it as a training field. It's also just gone absolutely down the drain. And by the way, this has got nothing to do with color, but it's got everything to do with the character of a person, the actions of a person, the decisions of a person, and all of those things are ultimately influenced by what we truly, essentially believe. So let's dive a bit deeper here. So Sol Kersner, like you guys well know, is the individual who built Sun City specifically. The founder of Sun International, developed and opened the Fish River Sun Resort in 1989. The resort was built in the former Ciskei as part of the Kersner's strategy to open casino operations in the independent apartheid era homelands. At the time, gambling was illegal in South Africa. However, it was permitted in the homelands such as, I might slaughter the name over here, so please forgive me, pray for me, don't judge me, pray for me, Botswana and Ciskei. Okay, let's carry on. Your children can enjoy all the great entertainment of Camp Kwena Children's Club while you enjoy all the activities and facilities we offer we have on offer, Sun International said. The Fish River Sun Hotel featured 83 rooms, including 75 double rooms. And the thing is, I have to go into these details here, so it's going to give you some more and more context. And then, as mentioned, I'm going to share some photos as well. And again, shout out to Business Tech for those photos. The 75 double rooms, three bedrooms, interleading rooms, and a presidential suite. The Fish River Sun Vacation Club self-catering units all had RCI Gold Crown status and received a 4-star rating from the Tourism Grading Council. So the point being, it's not a fly-by-night resort over here. It was absolutely world-class, and someone obviously who had a vision for what they wanted to accomplish. The resort also had 4 restaurants and bars, including the Wahoo Restaurant, Castaways Shore, Side Retreat, and Kontiki Clubhouse. Alrighty. Okay, so here we go now. After the end of apartheid and democratic elections in 1994, new national gambling laws were introduced into South Africa. The casino license for the Fish River Sun was eventually transferred to the Boardwalk Hotel and Casino in Port Elizabeth in 1999. This put strain on the resort, but the biggest blow was a protracted land claim, hashtag land claim gone absolutely bonkers, gone wrong, by the local Prudhoe community, which complicated its ownership and future viability. In the late 90s, 3 separate communities, so these are now 3 separate communities coming together, each saying, it's actually my land. Or this one saying, no, it's actually my land. Champs, in essence, it's God's land. It's God's land. Very important. God bless Africa. This is God's land. It's God's land. And God's got a certain way of how to ultimately do things. Side note, expropriation of land without compensation is most definitely not the way. That's just a fancy way of saying, I'm going to steal your land and I want your land. I'm not going to pay for it. That's called theft. It's called stealing, according to God. All right, so let's carry on here. So three separate communities came. The Mazini, Prideaux, and Tharfield claimed that they were the rightful owners of the Fish River Sons land. Over the next 2 decades, so the next 20 years, there were numerous legal battles over who the rightful claimants of the land were. On the 10th of April 2018, the Land Claims Court gave the Prideaux community ownership of the Fish River Sun farms. However, by then, damage had already been done. Okay, and this is part of the damages that happened now in May 2023. Every single room in the property was broken into. The TVs, the fridges, bedding, cutlery, computers, projectors, and all IT equipment has been stolen. I'll pop up some photos over here. Again, shout out to Business Tech for the photos here. And you just see again, absolute destruction. This is what happens when you get stuff without a vision. Just because you think you're entitled to A, B, C, D, and E. Now, if the land was essentially stolen, it should be returned back to its rightful owners. I totally get that. However, this amazing resort and facility that was providing work for people, it was bringing in tourism, it was creating employment, it was giving people dignity through people being able to work, etc. It was a holiday destination where families could come and couples could perhaps be restored and, conversations could be held, etc. Like this amazing beacon of hope is no more. It's just an absolute shambles of note. Showcasing again that vision, very important, vision is more important than entitlement. That being a producer, a builder, is more significant than someone who just burns and breaks down and steals. It's more important for you to become a producer as a young person, a builder as a young person, someone who puts complaining aside. Because the reality and the truth is, every single one of us, me, you, everybody watching in this beautiful country, all of us have things that we can complain about. Like every single one of us. However, if you look throughout history, like history has not been changed drastically by people who were complaining. History was drastically changed through people who did the right thing, who went for what God had laid in their hearts, all right? And they used that vision in order to create something that would ultimately bless other people. So I want to encourage you today as a young person. Let's put the complaints aside. Let's put the entitlement aside. Let's get back to God and His way. And by the way, God commands you and I to produce, to create, to risk, to initiate, to lead, to govern effectively. God commands us. God instructs us to do this. He doesn't say sit on your hands idly and do nothing with your life. And that's what a lot of young people are unfortunately going after in today's society, and you're not getting activated. This is why King in Me exists. It's to activate, it's to educate, to equip, and to empower you as young people of this beautiful country to step into a relationship with God first and foremost. And then secondly, for you to begin to step into your duty, to step into your service, to step into what God has ultimately called you to do, which will always be that of serving other people, that of creating value for other people. To the extent when you create value for other people, people will be more than willing to part with the money in their pocket for the value that you've created for them. And anybody can do that. That is true equality. So let's get our eyes off of what we think we are entitled to, and let's get our eyes back on God and doing what He's called us to do, right? To do what He's called us to do. I can't even begin to explain to you, champs, how many comments I receive of people saying when we do our videos, where people say stuff like, I want my land now. Listen, champ, what's the point if you have land and you sell your soul in the process? You don't want that land then, okay? You want what God has for you. So therefore pursue Him, pursue what is good, pursue what is right, pursue what is praiseworthy, pursue what is noble, pursue those things, and stop going after what you think you are owed and whatnot. I've shared before multiple times by God's grace, and I'll kind of wrap it up with this, which is the world owes you and I absolutely nothing. In fact, you and I owe the world. Step into your duty, step into your service, do the hard thing. Wake up early in the morning, study more, do more, become more, give more, produce more. Become that type of person. It's going to give you a lot more fulfillment compared to you sitting idly by waiting for the government to nanny you and to mommy you in hope that they might give you a little piece of land here and there. No, champ. No, stop it. Wake up every single morning and saying, here I am, God, use me for your glory, because it's builders that change the world, not complainers. Builders who produce. It's builders that build great families, that build great communities, that build great cities, great countries, great businesses, great ministries. It's builders, not the complainers. The complainers sit by idly and do nothing and watch their entire life pass by, and they die in the wilderness. You don't want to die in the wilderness. You want to die in the promised land, champion. Live the life God has called you to live. Focus on what you can change rather than focusing on what you can't change. And thank you so much for watching. Hey, listen, if you like this video, go ahead and smash the like button, drop your comments down below, subscribe if you have not yet done so, and share this video with young people far and wide. Your time has come, champ. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? Let's neglect the complaining and let's step into our duty. Let's step into our service. Let's step into our God-given purpose.